Beaverworks Diecast Racing, your source for diecast racing action.
Welcome back, diecast racing fans and beaver lovers out there. Oh yeah, it is the second event in the I.P.G tournament, getting ready to do the light off-road action. There's the teams. Beaverworks Diecast Racing in the Igloo Proving Grounds doing the Pebble Path Light Off-Road Challenge, event number 2. Like I said, there's the 5 cars we're running today. Group number 1. We're doing all the teams in the same order we did in the first event. Light off-road action, all coming up on Beaverworks Diecast Racing.
Vehicles.
Ironbeard Custom's going to be the first one up here. 4-car team there, including this Jeep J10. We got Dan McNugget's going to be driving this. J10s have been doing good on the Pebble Path, so getting some good expectations for this one. Essex Boys Racing and their 4-vehicle team got the Hummer EV going to be trying out the Pebble Path. Got Harry driving that. It looks long. It's got some good stance, some good weight. Should do well. Puffs Racing, their 4-car team, is going to be giving up their Dodge D100. Look at that beautiful paint job, including a big number 11 on there for the Pebble Path. We've tried this vehicle on the course before in its stock version, did well. Oragon Outcast Diecast Racing, Raging Ricky going to be taking down their Nissan Patrol. This thing's jacked up a little bit higher with a shorter wheelbase. He's got some extra weight inside there and some great looking graphics. Miniature Car Racing, Bolo Brown's going to be rounding out the field today with this Ford Bronco R. This is like the mainline version, and he's got some mods on there. It's got some extra weight. It's got some extra paint. Should do good. They are up against the Pebble Path. It is event number 2 in the I.P.G Open Tournament, and it is the light off-road course here. 256 centimeters or 8 feet of lighter sand, some lighter logs, and it's basically a timed run all the way to the bottom. Points are going to be each vehicle will get 2 runs. 1 point just to make it over top of the line at the bottom. First place is going to get 3 points. Second place is going to get 2 points. Third gets 1 point. And 1 point overall at the end for the fastest time.
Right.
Ironbeard Customs going to be opening it up with Dan McNugget's going to be taking that 73 Jeep J10 down on his first run for the Pebble Path. Here he goes. All right, timer's good. Everything's looking nice. He's coming down through that first corner. Negotiates that well through the loose section into the logs. Got up on 2 wheels. Good time. Pulls it off with a 10.71. There we go. James Ironbeard always making sure he's going to lay down a good run to get this thing started off. That means we got a benchmark to catch up. What a beautiful looking truck that is, eh? All right, here we go. Top up view, getting that over top of the line. There he is, right up to the camera, folks. Nice. All right, Igloo replay. Check that run out in the slow motion. Coming down off the main ramp right there. And you can see they got to negotiate this drifting corner right there, bouncing off the edge. You got the edges that are unstable. Everything is not straight on this thing. This is basically the way it looks like coming down the Pebble Path. All right, coming into the finish line. This is the log section. They go one way, go the other way. Gets a good bounce there on the finish line, into the trap at the end. There it is. Run number 1, James Ironbeard gets a 10.71 and makes it down. All right.
Run 2.
Essex Boys Racing, all the way from the UK, going to be taking down that Hummer EV on the Pebble Path first run. Harry's going to be driving it. Here he goes. He's down off the ramp, getting through that first curve, going down on the electric Hummer. This is off-road on the battery. All right, here he goes, making some good run. 11.15, getting bounced around down there at the end. Beautiful look and go by the Hummer EV. See it there sporting the big Union Jack, the black and gold. Got some badging all over it. There he is, top up view, bouncing around, getting over top of the line at the end there. Super slow-mo over on the Igloo replay, coming down off the ramp. He's getting bounced around, spitting some material all over the place, and gets into the first corner. This thing's got a nice wheelbase. Those Hummer EVs. This is another mainline version with a lot of modification inside there. They got some weight in it. It looks excellent performance. performing well up on top of the logs. Starts building up the speed coming through there, and then big hop right there on the transition. Didn't slow him down too much. Over the line into the trap. There it is, Harry. Essex Boys Racing pulling off an 11.15 time and gets the point for making it to the bottom.
Run 3.
Always good to see at the Igloo Proving Grounds. We have Puff from Puff Racing going to be taking that beautiful looking Dodge D100, folks. He's been putting out the nice looking vehicles and great performing vehicles so far. Here comes that Dodge D100 making a nice run of it all the way down through the logs. Great looking time, 10.35. All right, we are into the 10s, folks. That's great time for round 1. Setting some nice time for that benchmark already. There's that beautiful looking paint job. All right, top up view coming down over top of the line. There he is in the trap, looking right at that big old grill on that Dodge D100. Igloo replay. Let's see, and Puff coming down off the ramp, getting into the stuff right there, bouncing around. Still makes the transition nice there. Comes up to the little lip right here. Goes into a steeper section down through the loose stuff. Look at that thing. Then he's picking up speed, handling that no problem. Transition onto the logs. That D100's doing good. Puff is handling it. You see that big Puff on the roof. Great looking truck. Great performance out of Puff's Racing. 10.35, round number 1 for Puff.
Run 4.
Raging Ricky, Oragon, Outcast, Diecast Racing, taking that Nissan Patrol down for his first run on the Pebble path. All right, see how he does. All right, there he is, getting lined up, coming down off the ramp, getting into the first curve, going around, off the lip, down into the drop through the deep stuff, picking up great speed on the transition through the logs, and just flies at the end with a 9.65. That is a 9-second time, folks. They're rare on the Pebble path, and that's a great run from Raging Ricky. Right up to the camera. There he is in the trap. That big 33 on the side. There he is. Outcast Racing right there up to the camera. Beautiful looking run. Let's catch that in the Igloo replay. Super slow-mo coming down off the ramp. Getting into the first corner. Coming bouncing around. You see that thing, you gotta push your truck around on that. It gets into the lip, handling it good. Down to the loose stuff, just picks up speed. Those fat tires are just floating on top of that. Doesn't even feel the transition on the logs. Flying down, good speed, good time. Throwing material all over the place, takes it right up to the camera. There it is, folks. Raging Ricky in that Nissan Patrol gets a 9.65 time. That's awesome.
Run 5.
Miniature car racing, Polo Brown, that Ford Bronco R. This thing looks excellent. Okay, it's going to be taking his first run on the Pebble path. He's up on the ramp, and there he goes. Making the transition nice. He's another one of those trucks, got those big fat tires. He gets thrown around coming down into the loose stuff, but no problem. Look at that speed, 911, and takes out the camera at the end. Come on, that's the track equipment. There it is right there. Polo Brown is throwing it down right there, folks, and through the trap, takes out the camera at the end. There he is. He has no problem with that at all. He's like, make the track longer. Here it comes. Whack. All right, there's a plug. Nice. Anyways, over to the Igloo replay. Let's check out that run. That was a 9.11 run, folks. That is fast. This is going to be a run to beat right there. All right, coming down, negotiating that first corner. Down over top of the lip. He gets thrown around right there. He could have got wedged up. He handled it over top of the logs. Doesn't even feel the transition at all. Straight line, right out the end, into the trap, and into the cameras. Look at that. There you go, folks. Miniature car racing. Polo Brown throwing it down with a 911 time. Miniature car racing did great on the Stone Road, and they're getting a strong start this time. Round 1 results so far. We've got Ironbeard Customs coming in at a 10.71. Essex Boys Racing, 11.15. That's 4th and 5th place there. Puff coming in 3rd with a 10.35. Raging Ricky 2nd with 9.65. And then Polo Brown laying it down with a 911. First place at 4 points out of the first round. Second round is coming up. There they are, folks. Don't forget after the show to go over and vote for your best looking ride out of the Group 1 Pebble Path vehicles. Hit the community tab over on the Beaverworks site and you can vote for your best looking ride out of this Group 1 Pebble Path vehicles. Oh yeah, every vehicle's going to get a chance to get a vote on their respective event. So there it is. Make sure you get over after the video and vote.
Run 6.
Team Ironbeard Customs getting ready to take that Jeep J10 down. Dan McNugget's going to be trying out for the second run. All right, see how he does this time. He's off the ramp, getting into the first corner, bouncing around over top of the lip, making a great run through the deep stuff, through the logs. Oh, whoa, he took a hard hit right there. That slowed him up a little bit, 10.15 time. And wherever he got axle hung up there, coming down over top of the end, something jammed onto it. What a great looking custom job that is right there. Right there, slowed him up a little bit, and he still makes it down into the trap at the end. Igloo replay, checking out Dan McNuggets, getting into the track right there off the ramp, going around that first bend. You got to bounce around there over top of the lip, gets a little bit hung up, it makes a great run through the deeper section right there, staying on top of it. Transition onto the logs was nice and smooth, but somewhere along here right there has hit something on the edge, almost brought him to a complete stop, and he still rolled on through. Made it down to the bottom, that's worth the point. Got a great time at 10.15 for Dan McNuggets.
Run 7.
Essex Boys Racing going down for their second run. We got Harry driving that Hummer EV. Can't really call him Dirty Harry. That's an American, so we'll have to call him Sir Harry. All right, that'll work. Harry is down off the line, getting into the first corner, taking that electric Hummer down there, riding the lightning over top of the log, gets up on two wheels. Good time. 9.95 over top of the line, down into the trap. There we go, folks. I had to plug that guy in for a little while between rounds. Had enough juice to make it down and pulled off a decent time. All right, there he is right up to the end there. Hummer EV getting all plugged into the Pebble Path and making a great time there. Harry, Sir Harry from Essex Boys Racing taking it down, getting into that first corner, bouncing around. Not too shabby for an electric vehicle, the only electric vehicle we have in the competition as far as we know. That's probably going to change soon enough, eh, folks? All right, down over top of the logs. That thing's just powering his way down through there. All right, over top of the line, it's going to be Sir Harry Essex Boys Racing down in the trap with that Hummer EV. Makes an awesome run with a 9.95 time and gets the point.
Run 8.
Poff's Racing going to get that Dodge D100 with Poff driving the number 11. Check it out up on the ramp. This is a beautiful looking truck, folks. All right, down off the ramp into the first little corner, down off the lip through the deep stuff, getting a good speed. That transition on the log is beautiful. Nice and fast at the bottom. 10.18 time. Great looking run by Puff in that great looking truck. Puff's Racing right there. That is an excellent looking paint job, folks. Come on. We have got to vote for the best looking vehicle, and you know what? This guy has got some talent there, putting this one together. Just saying. All right, Igloo replay, putting it down through the first little corner right there, negotiating that off the lip. This is where we get into the deeper sand right there. It's like sloppy, slushy snow stuff onto the logs. Gets up on top of that, usually hooking onto the sides or bouncing around, but he holds it straight right down through. Excellent time from Puff and Puff's Racing in that beautiful looking run. 10.18 in the Dodge D100. Nice.
Run 9.
Raging Ricky going to be taking that Nissan Patrol down to 33. This is the shorter wheelbase. Had a super fast run the first round. Let's see how he does round number 2. Coming down off the ramp. He's into the first corner. That thing is just screaming as usual. Awesome run through the deep stuff, transition on the logs. He's picking up speed. He's getting down with a 10.58. Excellent looking run in that Nissan Patrol. Raging Ricky. Oragon, outcast, diecast Racing, doing a nice job putting this thing together. And here he is, top up view right down to the camera. Boom. All right, folks. That's how you do it. looking at the Igloo replay, slow-mo coming down. That beautiful looking job. They've got all those, the decals on, the paint job there. There's extra weight inside here. Made it look excellent. Each team actually having put together 4 different vehicles to come and compete on our track, and we appreciate it, and we're gonna do what we can to make sure you know how they're gonna perform, including this one right here, Oragon Outcast Diecast Racing Raging Ricky getting that Nissan Patrol down over top of the line with a 10.58 round number 2. That's awesome.
Run 10.
Olo Brown getting ready to take that Ford Bronco R down for its second run on the Pebble Path, the light off-road course here at the Igloo Proving Grounds. And here he goes. He's down off the ramp. He's into that first corner. He's sliding around there, and he's down through the deep stuff. Gets a little bit sideways, hung up. He had an excellent run the first round. This time he's coming down still, getting some good speed with an 11.41. Didn't smash into the camera this time, and that's actually nice of him. All right, there he is. Olo Brown getting it down to the bottom, not wrecking everything. Top-up viewing seemed then bounced around a little bit, but is still able to get the point for making it down on the second round. That's excellent. Igloo replay, checking out the Bronco R. This one came out in its premium first, and then they did a mainline version of it. This is that right there. Looks like you kept the original tires, but there's definitely some weight inside there. There's definitely some work on the axles. There's a sweet looking paint job on it. All of these builders taking their time and making sure they customize these vehicles for each one of the events here at the Igloo Proving Grounds. There he is, Olo Brown, down over top of the line, gets an excellent looking run with that excellent looking truck. 11.41 for the second round. That's wrapping it up for group number 1 on the Pebble Path, folks. Let's look at round 2 results. Ironbeard Customs coming in with a 10.15, gets him second place with 3 points. Essex Boys, Harry, pulling it off with a 9.95, gets him first place in the second round. Puff from Puffs Racing gets a 10.18, that gets him 2 points with third place. Raging Ricky gets a slower time with a 10.58, gets fourth in the second round. Olo Brown pulling first place in the first round, but ends up with a 5th place in the second round, but still got the fastest time of the day. That gives him the 6 points overall. 5 points for Harry, Essex Boys Racing, and 4 points for everybody else. There's the team standings so far. Miniature Car Racing, Olo Brown pulling off an early lead, but that's only after Group 1. We've got Group 2 coming up next on the Pebble Path, and they've got to get their scores on that chart right there. But 10 points after 2 rounds for Olo Brown. Closest we've got is Ironbeard Customs. He's sitting pretty at 7 points, but there it is, Miniature Car Racing's Bronco R. It is the current point leader in Group number 1 of the Pebble Path. We've got Group number 2 going to be coming up next. There they are right there, folks. All right, vicious looking set of vehicles. The next 5 right there, they're going to be on the next Pebble Path light off-road course here on the I.P.G tournament. Like we mentioned earlier on, don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. That really helps out the channel. There's the super thanks option, and we've got the merch store. You get over and check out some shirts, some hats. We got some Christmas coming up. You never know. All right. Other than that, that's wrapping it up for group number 1 on the Pebble Path here. Big Beaverworks shout out to all you good folks for coming out and checking out our stuff from Beaverworks Diecast Racing. We will see you next time.